Where is the greatest structure ever built? We often look to ancient monuments or peer deep into the cosmos, searching for the ultimate masterpiece of engineering. But the most advanced civilization known to science isn't buried under desert sands or orbiting a distant star. It has been within us all along. This is the microscopic environment beneath your skin. It is a biological fortress, an intricate universe executing quintillions of silent chemical operations every microsecond. When one of these operations drifts by a fraction of a millimeter, the entire structure begins to fail. Every breath you take is the result of this engineering holding back the chaos. For decades, we've studied this system by pulling it apart. We memorize lists of isolated organs and treat symptoms as if they exist in a vacuum, detached from the rest of the body. The Human Architecture Project is built on a different principle. Understanding begins by mapping how the smallest building blocks organize into a single, coherent living system. This map was created through a partnership between clinical expertise and computational power. A consultant pathologist acts as the master cartographer, using artificial intelligence as a systems integrator to reveal the logic of our biological design. This work is governed by the Architect's Oath, a commitment to prioritize scientific evidence and system relationships over simple memorization. To understand how the human machine actually functions, we must embark on a methodical expedition through the 6 foundational tiers of life. Our journey begins with a high-speed dive past the illusion of the solid surface, descending directly into the deep, intricate cellular matrix. This diagram represents our investigative map, a 22-node rubric used to extract the biochemical truth of every element we encounter. We track everything from a molecule's evolutionary history to its physical mass, identifying its toxic vulnerabilities and its specific role in a diagnostic laboratory. We enter World 1, the foundational matrix. This is the structural baseline of life. It is an environment of water and charged electrical grids, where sodium and potassium maintain the currents that power our cells. This foundation is constantly targeted by saboteurs, toxic heavy metals like lead and mercury, that attempt to mimic our natural elements and paralyze the system. When these primordial elements bond, they form World 2, small molecules and metabolites. Here we find the 22 amino acids, the functional currency that waits to be built into physical tissue. These simple chemicals and raw currencies provide the mandatory bedrock for everything that follows. Moving upward, we encounter World 3, carbohydrates. These act as both a glowing energy infrastructure and a complex identification system, using glycan landscapes to help our immune cells distinguish friend from foe. That energy powers World 4, the protein network. This is the engine room of the flesh, where genetic instructions are translated into physical, working machines. These machines serve as our defenders. We see the rapid deployment military of immunoglobulins and the high-stakes cascades of cardiac enzymes that protect the body during a crisis. But every engine needs a boundary. In World 5, we find the lipids, the architects of separation and the coordinators of global logistics. This cross-section shows the lipid bilayer membrane. It acts as a fortress wall, using its waterproof properties to shield the perfect order of our cells from the chaotic environment outside. This infrastructure, the machinery and the borders, must work in perfect sequence to maintain physiological survival. We've reached the final tier, World 6, the molecules of life. This is the high-security command room dictating cellular life and programmed death. Within this vault, we map the structures that store and protect our master software, the stable DNA helices, the RNA networks, and the histone spools that pack it all into a microscopic space. The machinery here never stops. Polymerases repair daily damage, while genome guardians like the p53 protein execute high-level commands to ensure the code remains pure. Every molecule and every barrier we have seen is ultimately governed by this singular genetic imperative. As we pull back from the microscopic depths, we see how these trillions of operations form the complete human being. This is our core thesis. Health is the harmonious organization of these systems. Disease is what happens when that architecture breaks down. The clinical laboratory is our objective observer. It is where invisible molecular events become measurable, life-saving truths. By understanding the blueprint, clinicians and pathologists can move past guesswork to make precise diagnostic evaluations and targeted treatment decisions. This is a chance to move past memorizing lists and start reading the masterpiece of human biology as a single coordinated system. Welcome to human architecture. Welcome to the blueprint of life.